welcome everybody to the wonderful day at the agency on this spooktacular month. All right, we are going to be digging into Slay the Princess. Sorry about not having this open, but I had it open in the background for a minute there, and it started doing weird things. Expected for a Halloween game, but I know almost nothing about this, and hopefully everything's working good. Yay, it is. Okay, there's no trending, there's no wrong decision. This is a love story. Preferences. Ooh. All right. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, okay, so I get choices. Oh, this is gonna be a end of the world we're talking about. Maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up. I feel like a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. What? That maybe I'm okay with the world ending? True enough, I like the way, some days I just feel like the world can burn. Get some sort of reward for doing this? Okay, thanks. Tell me what to do. To off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Turn around and leave.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Alright, let's go with
no
that.
more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Oh wait, no, this is. These are this isn't a. These are different. These are different. Princess locked away in the world. If you don't, I gotta kill her. Explore. Do you have any evidence to back this up? That maybe they're gonna end the world because she's locked up. All right. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until it's to meet her face to face. Get this over with. See, there was one of the Yeah, okay, how does she kill the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Stanley Parable vibes. Yeah, do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I like to go on long walks. I get inebriated. I wind up in places. Yeah, killing her seems kind of bad.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Yeah. You got a point there. Yeah, what if I want the world to end?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I mean, isn't that what nihilism is? Or is nihilism the inevitability that you think it will?
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people.
Okay, yeah, Nihilus, yeah.
Surely you're not one of those, right?
Yeah, okay, fine. Alright, what do I get?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
I don't care.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
See, I was gonna say money. Or currency, I think would be the more appropriate term there. Nah, that feels like gratitude in an execution for some reason. Nah, I want to leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. I'll talk. Yeah, I literally said that.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yep.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Wait, what? Wasn't that you?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Screw you, narrator. Yeah.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Damn
It's
straight.
remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've
Uh-huh.
already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Don't be in the woods asking me to kill someone. You're not emotionally blackmail me into doing this. No.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Ah! An ounce. As if I would have even that much.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Yay!
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I mean, would that be astrology? That's a kind of a weird thing. Alright. Different direction again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness till I find a way out of this place. I like Starry
There's
Nights.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
That was about right.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the
Oh,
leaves.
everything's going loopy.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite
Oh,
fractal paths and
I
cabins,
was...
desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to
I
be.
ate some shrooms on the way here, didn't I?
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
True.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
Done that
It's
before?
not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2! Yay!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
No, I've done this before.
Sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Contrarian. Wait, isn't that just my voice?
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. What are you talking about? I'm sure
Yeah, there's walls over there.
It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Why is that bad? I'm gonna begrudgingly go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
He makes a point.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yeah, but that's kind of my voice.
Let's keep an open mind.
Really? The only... Yeah, I guess I can go to the sides there. Alright. Proceed.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Okay.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
The voice makes a good point.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
A lot.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
I don't know if I believe you.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Fuck you.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Yeah.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Why does that one look like a church window?
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Good point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
You know, the contrarian voice makes a lot of good points.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
About the mirror on the wall. Yeah. What...
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Yeah, mirror right there, dude. I'm sorry, but no, shut up. You
insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Yeah. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? If you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I want the sword.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it?
Yeah.
The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, no, stabby, stab. Can't quite make that
It
hit.
really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice. You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's like holding it gangsta style.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Alright, that's
Walk
it.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Yeah, what the...
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Oh, shit. Am I like a demon or a dragon or something?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing
Neat.
here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here
Well, they
has a
go
sickening,
direction,
almost
so...
sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Nothing has such a smell that really
If
helped.
the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Oh.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that?
That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Fuck you.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
You know, that I like. I don't like how there's like an image on that. I like the central
You
staircase.
step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
So, forward? It's like a very odd staircase.
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another.
You know, I'm getting like,
One foot down, another foot down.
let's just say
another
I've read a
after that.
VN like this.
You lose yourself in following the correct pattern.
No, not
in
VN,
following
light
what
novel.
looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
Fuck you.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Oh?
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Sorry, the drugs are a little heavy there. Give me a second to collect myself.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, that's a good... Ooh, that was some, that was the good stuff there, I guess.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Yeah.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
I think.
If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
What?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
We can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
No, I've never been here.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. it.
Oh, did I actually find a glitch in the game?
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head...
I got a glitch, guys! I got a glitch!
Late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh, I know you're... Oh, here, try and free her. Why are those all...
I don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look like a monster?
I didn't say monster, I said end the world. Arguable either way on that.
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
I don't like that one.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
What?
I just want to live my life. I'm not going to dance for you. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from this blood and destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it?
Bert, hi. I'm possibly having a trip right now. This game is nuts. I've only just started.
Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under?
Yeah.
Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Yes. Yeah, that's also the person we'll be doing our anime review with Friday.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Oh, I think reality just shattered on me. I only see 3 knives, though. Huh. That's interesting. I don't remember that. Quiet, demean. I don't know what the top right one is, though. Huh. Anyway, watch her. She's fun.
You can feel yourself rupture.
The lore series
The
I
room
was trying to
spins,
run
your
for a while
perception
also had her in
multiplying
there
a
with me.
sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Yeah, I feel that.
All at once you charge forward, knife beaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Yeah.
But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Okay. Narrator's dead. I'm not sure what happened
We were
there.
never going to salvage this, were we?
what happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
Ooh, that's not good.
You can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
I would like to.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit late.
Please.
I'll do my best. Oh. And the chance to hear your play, she's gone to place with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? There's something dreadful.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to
about it.
approach the mirror.
I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
Explore. The narrator's gone.
Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Good point.
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
You approach the mirror. Well, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's empty, it's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. The cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Let's let her out of there. Whoa, this is a lot of stuff. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
It's a fragile vessel.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
What the fuck?
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
You what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. What's beyond this place?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay. Her apart, but were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Perspective is important, though. Not the world beyond this.
I know only that they are.
Alright, what are you? Let me
I
ask
am
that.
solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Mostly pain. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Okay, technically a point. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Okay, yeah, you're getting metaphysical on me
Bring
now.
me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
What if I don't let you do this? But to stop her from destroying the world. Is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Hold on a second, guys. I had somebody wanting to join up here real quick. Let's see if he does get on. Can I make voice a little bit louder? Sure, hold on a second. Let's turn that up a bit. Hopefully I'm not peaking, and I'll turn to this. Or did you mean me or the game? I could do a little bit of both. Oh, and hold on, we have a chat member. Hello, Trojax. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. You still don't have. All right, game. Vert, I'll turn up the game a bit.
For some reason I can't type any messages in your disc or in your Twitch chat.
Quite well heard. I think I'm against. Okay. All right, we are just starting. I don't know how long you've been watching where I'm at, but
I'm watching a few minutes.
all right.
You're in for an experience.
Yeah, I know. I'm guessing it's going to be my first run, and I'm already getting quite metaphysical.
Oh, you have no idea.
I think
This thing
I
gets
think I do.
incredibly deep.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Yep, Discord is up if you want to watch it directly from there. I'll find out how much.
I'm watching it through Discord.
Everything.
All right.
Until we meet again.
No problem, Vert. How many more pieces do you have to find to you?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And then we got a bot in chat. Oh, I think you're a moderator if you can pull that up.
Yeah, I am a moderator. It's not letting me do any messages in your chat, though. I don't know what's up with that.
That's weird. Hold on, I'll jump over there while you're
Who's the bot?
the one that just pulled up the asking for views. foreign policy transaction. Oh. So let you do this to me, okay.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I think I've gotten a story route that's, well, Bert, we do support sub AI, but you just can't sell us stuff.
Why am I not seeing the most recent chat? Last thing I have is at 11:44.
You might need to refresh it.
Okay, let me try this.
All right, there you go. I got it. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I remember who? I haven't actually met the. Okay, technically I met 4 of the princesses so far.
You won't.
I'm dead. A spiral vessel achievement.
You're on a path in the woods.
You
and
know
at the
it when
end
you
of
slay
that
it.
path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, let's see. R1 on your controller.
If you're on one of your first few rounds,
That was
it
my
gets really good.
that was my very first round.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, this game is so good, dude. Can't even stress to you how good it is.
Yeah, no, that's what everybody's been telling me, man. That's
So
why
what of
I kind of avoided it last year because I was already full up, but alright.
I have a very personal connection with the stuff in this game.
Yeah, I know you love time loop stuff. Alright, let's just silently go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah, like I'm already getting a good feel. Like I don't think that was supposed to be one of the first runs I was supposed to get.
Oh, I
Warning,
mean,
before you go any further.
never
She
mind.
will
You'll
lie,
enjoy it.
She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The narrator is telling me to ignore myself. At least there's only 2 of me now.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, let's
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Alright, here we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't like the narrator. He seems like an asshole so far. They say that.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I don't know if I trust this. I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Hey, you didn't tell us we were sneaking up on her, asshole.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
A single of 2 chains, to be fair.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Technically, no? Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the 2 of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
Didn't work
Don't
out
you
great
dare.
last time.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, we're a little too British for that. No. I'm gonna keep the knife.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Kills us. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at her,
You
yes.
stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The 2 of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you? You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Fuck it. Drop blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I showed confidence, at least.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better
Why
judgment,
did I get
you
closer?
step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
Still chained up.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Technically, I don't think the thing I talked to before was you. Well, that's too metaphysical to get into. Alright, here. World. World. Say about that. How long have you been here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
You are, apparently. You're gonna end the
Don't
world?
just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Yes. Sure, they have reasons for else I'm more inclined to trust you than them. You tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That is true.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Yeah, I think I would be killing you.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Wait. Was that directed at me?
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet
Yes.
life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Not really, woman.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Alright, how long have you been down here?
Too long.
How would I get you out of here, technically?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. She is. I'm sure of it.
I really don't like that question.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're...
That's a decision right here. Kill her. Examine the chain. You know what? The contrarian inside of me still says fuck him.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Oh, let's see here. It's a liar or something. Break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Goddamn narrator.
Is someone else here?
Let's try the door.
But it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met
Let me out,
with
let me out, let me out!
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Really, though?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Oh, this feels bloody either way. I don't want to imagine cutting off an arm. But cold-blooded murder doesn't sound good either. Well, time for a handicap.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Man, I'm scaly.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I wouldn't call that an arm. That's like a hand.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door?
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Really?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Asshole.
Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your
What's
best to
wrong?
help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
That's bad.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Well, he
Then she
understands what's
slits
going
your
on a
throat
little bit.
with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Fuck you. Like, I didn't get killed by her. I got killed by her because of you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Oh, skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Fuck you.
Hard for me to interject much because I know the story.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that. I'm just kind of wanting like a little of feedback to see where I'm going, because this is playthrough number 2.
Oh, keep going. You're
Those
doing
are
just
two
fine.
very different questions, but fine.
No
I'll
two
indulge you
playthroughs
if
are the
that's what it
same,
takes to get you moving.
but they all lead to one
Let's
of the
say for a
endings.
moment that this really
There's
is the
several
second
of them.
time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
I'm
If
curious
you're
what your
back
choices
here,
will lead
I'm
you to,
assuming
though.
you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, no, Vert. You're in the same boat I am. We are traveling this together.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did
You and the two other
practically force
voices.
the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Don't like you.
Just be quick about it.
There is something. Because I didn't let her.
She just can.
Yeah, how is she supposed to...
Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
Technically, I've got more proof to the contrary at this point.
What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets. You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Okay, that does look like my handwriting.
That doesn't prove
does.
anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
You know, this sounds like the same narrator from the Stanley Parable, too.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Alright, who locked her there? Let's
People
see.
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I feel like a shitty narrator. Hey, why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right.
We're the
here
special.
because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin. I've told you everything you need to.
Yeah, cagey bastard.
Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here. Great. Now, if you don't
That's
mind,
all.
the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. I'm not so
Meh.
sure running away is the best idea. We're not the only person stuck here. What? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Alright, I'll go to the cabin. The thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. Realize the coming of a new dawn be on their own. Gonna walk the opposite direction. I'll just walk down the path.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this... You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Ooh, I think I see what's broke a little bit there. But everything seemed fuzzy.
What's going on? Where are we? Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
It's physical matter of place. There's nothing. Returns. These sound. Home's closed. In the empty space. I'll be longer alone. I am unfinished. So, full of you. Or gifts. Nothing there. I regret this. No. Denial. All right. There's run number 2.
You're on a path in the...
What'd you think of that path?
It was another path.
You
Yeah,
make
no
your way
words
up
this
the
time.
short path.
Yeah, let's just go down there.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, she sounds quieter this time.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
be nice this time.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
It's a lie.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
I return to the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Is there, though?
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, if I can save it.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
That's one hell of a blade.
Her limb falls
Or her
to the
bones aren't
ground,
strong.
and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Hey, Pix. You got problems all the goddamn time.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Alright, let's try this again.
Stop that.
Had neat Pix experience.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I like to see you trying to palm sol on Dolphin.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Alright, let's try to resist again.
Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
I don't think losing's the correct term for this Pix.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
I do everyone.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Ew.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Stab
With one
better.
last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Fuck you.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Why shall do you? Alright, to the cabin, because leaving has backfired.
Warning. Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do every— We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Little much there, dude.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Well, at least we're honest about that.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
I feel like proceed to the cabin should have another thing in it.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Yeah, let's just head down. not taking. I feel like the blade's not
The
gonna
door
matter.
to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I think we're some kind of either lizard folk or demon.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
Maybe.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words,
Can't
but
she not hear her?
surely she can hear my spirit.
Everyone but the hero.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
And we are a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
I mean, do we?
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
No. Maybe I tried to cut you out again. That's a good question.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
That's a lot to unpack.
We won't be laying a finger on
But
her
getting
perfect
distracted
wrists,
so
and indeed,
fun.
we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
I wonder if we could just break her wrist. I feel like as drastic as that sounds, I feel like that's less serious than cutting it off.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, I think it's weird too.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Right?
Well, I'm gonna
You
try that.
died, and now we're talking.
True. There's was extremely
If
unfair.
another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Fuck you.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Yeah, but I was really susceptible to positive reinforcement.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Violence voice. Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Okay, yeah, that's creepy. That's got
Isn't
that's
that
what got
just
me.
like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Oh, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Again.
I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Wait, what?
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think both arms thing would be more important.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
And you... Okay, so she does have memories the previous
If
time.
only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine
You
blade
both
would
do.
be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Yeah, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
I don't like how the music changed when I said that.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you.
She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar move. Did I do
Yeah.
that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Yeah.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Technically.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Way to go. Let's do it together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Haha! Fuck you.
I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes,
You're taking
immensely.
every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I feed off hate.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
We have feathers? Like, we like that, not like a feathered hat, but like actual feathers? What the fuck?
Yes.
Nor will you ever.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Been here before, you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
This is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Silence as you reach forward, they're gone once again. And it. The bloat. Again. The cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean.
Have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. Well, this is.
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Okay. do the same thing.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Ooh, okay.
You have to do things you haven't done before.
Yeah, no, I pretty much got that.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Yeah,
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
alright. Hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing
Okay, I
what
can
you choose.
understand that one.
There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
No preference
My
on how you...
preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm guessing after our 5th playthrough, things are going to be interesting. Let's feel like to change like this.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Dark and you die. God damn it.
You're on
There's
a
a
path
super.
in the woods. I'm talking. Then I guess we'll just have to see what
Alright,
happens.
yeah, I'm not committing to
But
anything until I've seen her face to
a word
face.
of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Oh, you got a Shadow X Sonic ad? That's out in a little bit.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, back into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
We're just going straight down, right away.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Oh, you did get the Dreamcast version
This
pics?
is an oppressive place.
A lot to pay
The
for
air
that one.
feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the...
Alright. Yeah, let's just open with a
Don't
high.
be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh, Mo doesn't believe you ordered it? No, I can believe you. Hopefully it gets shipped there. I know there's that strike going on. Or... Trojak, do you know if that Docker strike went through?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to
What do you mean, Dustin?
Agent, yeah.
Sorry.
There's
Agent, no.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Docker strike because they were the union was renegotiating on that. That might hurt some shipping.
Probably. I know GM is also having a strike.
Yep, as well as one of the major airplane makers.
Boeing.
Let's talk about Boeing. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. You murder a whistleblower. It tends to incite issues with the employees.
Yep. Coming in 2 shipments. The game comes this month, but the statue and stuff isn't. Wait, isn't coming until July? What the hell is on that shipping date? Holy. Alright, what's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Princess, your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Oh wow, it took you that long to get for the Scott Pilgrim and yeah, no, Jesus. I figured they'd have a little bit of a stock on that though.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. I'm gonna keep you locked. You're being kept. Oh, no, limited runs are notorious for that? Alright, I was not aware of that. Blade. Of the world. I don't think you're dangerous. I think something else is going on here.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world. I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you would tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
Yeah, we have been here before, but something slightly different.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
But
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Is it though?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I'm gonna keep. Blade. Don't make me regret this.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs, doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here.
Alright.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Yeah, but really though.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Stairs.
You make your way to the bottom. Fine. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. Stop. Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Ooh, okay, I guess that might have been a bad move.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you.
Wait, you only
She
had one
stares down
hand.
at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red, as her blood and yours both seep. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
The world will
don't-
end.
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest. And I'm
Opportunist.
not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so...
So I'll tell her the truth. Alright. Proceed, because we...
a warning. Before you go in, she will lie. She will...
Don't worry. You can trust us to get...
Cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Hey, Pix, I always get there eventually. I'm just a little slower at it.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Hey, I get through stuff
What are you
eventually.
talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll... You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Yeah, Vert. You tell him. I don't want to take the
No
blade.
blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Yeah, I take punishment in a step. Alright.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Alright, he will probably say I suck and leave, but I don't know if he'll agree with you. That I don't think Kane would let him go right now either. He's been being pulled in a lot of different directions.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Why not both?
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Yep.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
Fuck you,
Well, you
narrator.
seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
I'm
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Alright. Things got mercy last time. Can't you get all those? Huh. Making mistakes. Since you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Alright, let's just start with sorry.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. I suppose you didn't come
Yeah,
to my
let's team
hovel
up.
of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
What's happening between them, Bert? Between whom? There's 5 people in play right now. You know, the irritating narrator, the something princess, our hero. Oh, Sundays is just their date night. I didn't bring you out of those change.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
Yeah, she's got a tail this time.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
I took the mini but short ads approach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
Oh, well, I mean, not having ads could be a plus for her, but yeah, I can understand that giving you problems in other places, though.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Becoming what we were before? Alright, let's built on trust. Let's go with that.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
Asshole.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
We're tempting fate.
Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
In her nature.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
I don't know, I like the contrarian.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, That's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
It was a little
And
too
then
trusting.
you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so...
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
She clawed us. Well, I think she might have bit us in our last form.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way.
Oh.
What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Narrator's gone again, okay.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel...
Time to leave. Norm returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know. There's a here before. You
But it
always...
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of it. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Nice. Be okay.
Okay. If you say so. Finally. We're going places.
Oh, everybody's still in it. Withered. To the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
I think our character withering is because of us, actually. That. You worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
One or the other. Personally. Alright. Avert. Have fun at class. No, not really. I forgot I had that on still.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
That's... How can you say to you?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Believe?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you... Perhaps this will change when our work... The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desire... I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. We will know when we need...
Okay. Ooh, that's glitching around a little bit. It's there for a reason.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Bring the witch to her.
You're on a path. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path.
Alright.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I'm here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious...
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions.
You coming on to me?
We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have...
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. And, well, we can always put that in...
Her sharp eye. She isn't suggesting what she is.
You know why I'm here to kill you.
Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Kindness, all that.
Oh, have you just...
You know. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Well, let's just talk for a bit.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find...
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad...
You're making a huge... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chain, they're large and heavy.
Yeah,
If you don't have the key, maybe...
Doubtful.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost... If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant. You attempt to... Someone...
Alright.
You make your way easier for who? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked the knife.
You won't like. Against your better... Okay. There's no go. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with, but I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Ooh, okay, yeah, this was a bad beatdown.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down. Her knee falls to your throat. It can't just end. I'm sorry, but it's... Everything goes dark. And you're
The tower, okay.
on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Broken, okay.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that...
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just...
Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself. So please try to...
If that's what you want.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
Okay, yeah.
The only
Ooh.
furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
We don't feel small. We are.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement.
What are you talking about?
You reach.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
I don't really understand that.
No blade this time. Yeah. Blade. No blade.
It doesn't matter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Okay, dang.
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to... Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
I'm getting some Lady Dominatrix vibes from her this time.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
Yep.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees
Not gonna even
painfully
try to
connecting
resist
with
that
hard
one.
stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I'd trust to deal with her. Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then. And there's nothing we can do to stop her now. He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her... You weak-willed buffoon.
Most of the world?
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help.
And all you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world.
Yeah, also a good point.
That's exactly why it's rude.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am,
that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me,
my will triumphs over yours.
You already want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Yeah, try that.
Know the limits of your privilege, little. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps. Or a pet.
Oh wow, there's no questions there.
Your will was so easily. All you need to do now is break my chain.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Ooh.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Freak, but I like that.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Break a change.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
What a good disciple you are.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again.
Number 4.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is. I don't want to look at us. Okay. A mercy.
What's the mirror? You've unraveled. Approach.
there's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
For real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her. for she would not be able to mourn you.
When you awakened?
If I did,
Fair enough. What are the...
no, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lived?
Oh, alive. I know this for a fact. Find him.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will... The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
You're on a path. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi. Do you think... Okay.
Alright.
The princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any... She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe...
Alright.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs.
Where are you going? You can't. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make...
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction? She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the... Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a... You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's where the princess sat only a moment ago. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, you coward.
No. Why don't you come closer?
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm.
Oh.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table that... Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time to settle in against the far. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is...
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good...
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess as she violently rattles the...
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece You don't know the kind of enemy you...
It doesn't sound like she's getting... No. It...
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against... You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable... Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my...
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organ.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look like a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done...
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end.
It can't be. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark. And
The nightmare, okay.
you're on a path in the woods.
gonna be
You're
dark.
here to slay her. Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even... If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any warn. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was... It doesn't matter. The interior of the cabin is plain. The blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not. So deep breath in. You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two... There isn't. We have to... If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror... Exactly. I'm not lying to you, I promise. Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us in. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in dark. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing... Her cruel and playful voice.
I didn't think you'd come back.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close... You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. She could be anywhere, and are you really not going to comment on how... No, I'm not. Somebody... Excuse me. I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Yeah, basically.
We're going to die down here. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go...
You decide it's best to do nothing.
Nothing.
There you are. I told you.
As the princess approaches,
Your legs, your arms quickly follow. This is it.
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you...
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part... Heart, lungs, liver... Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look...
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here, that isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her, then you should get looking. Heart, lungs.
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips.
If I want to see you gone, all I want to do...
Heart, lungs, liver... She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out. Okay, deep breath. You're back. Lungs.
One moment, and then you're gone. Ah, and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you...
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Some bodies are ahead of... I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here. I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting...
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, 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 heart, lungs, liver.
Oh, that's adorable.
No, you're being evil.
You don't have anything that can hurt me.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
No.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a... You seem miserable.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. The princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably, and you can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear.
Of course I can die. I'm dying all the time. And so are you. But we're both still here. And
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
we're stuck down here together. Until you
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder. And no! Heart, lungs, liver.
Only until your heart finally gives. And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works. And a lot can happen before then.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Oh my
nerves,
God.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not?
nerves.
I am what I am. And you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out!
Your existence hurts them.
Let me...
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out!
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out!
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies.
Let...
No. What's happening?
Let me out!
This is all too much. You can't keep going.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon.
Move on. Chapter 3, 4. Ooh. That's bright. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when... You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost... We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay. We decided not to do that. Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
Well, no stubborn.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her. So we have to set... Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
He makes a point there. I will give him that.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
That's it.
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says. It won't. It will be for us. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
Being here twice before. Oh.
What does here even mean if you really think? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too...
That was Jordan. Let's proceed.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness but eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, no, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always makes it gone. Stay focused.
You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. She's still here. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to smash it to pieces. She's on the other side, and we have to let... It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. Proceed. Proceed to where?
Proceed.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more... That's a new one. Do you think... Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to... The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor. A hint the blade is your implement. You'll take it.
Tried everything else. Don't you remember? Take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the... You lean over the hole and gaze into deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something. It's her. She's watching us. She never...
You really are.
With every word she speaks, the...
When I said that way back when. You...
Closer.
I was having some fun. And I guess I wanted to see if...
Closer.
Watching over me forever. No.
Closer.
But forever is so long. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting... All that's left is for you to take me away. And let me... It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Oh, yeah.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle. Tender, even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired. Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just maybe it won't be gone. Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally. Oh, will you stop with the smashing? What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt. Yeah. Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to...
Approach the mirror.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. It feels... the fears... I'm done fighting. My heart feels... the game was always going to end. I'll be free. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't. Boys, it's been an honor.
Your reflection. Paint and build.
I think you know what I am.
Another. to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Are you part of... Okay.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
Well, yeah, why would you want me to destroy the constant transformation? One, and I don't want to be the fuck alone.
She is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind.
Creation comes from destruction, which is this in truth really transmutation. Right, okay. That's what we're going for here. How's that? Hubris.
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want... Of course there would be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion.
Huh. I'll destroy brakes. Destroy.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion. Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Death. Fuck you.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And...
Weird. And same God. This is you. Throw things. There's two there.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you
Leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Yeah.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Always been. Or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Yourself. Feather. It's you. Listen. And on you.
I love you.
Breaks.
It's magnificent.
Yes. One more. Always be. Never know. Okay. All right, Trey, you still there, man? Nope, I think he left me. Oh, wow. Okay, that was, that was an interesting concept there. I am kind of curious to see if what I got was a real happy ending or if they all kind of go down that path. Monster. There's the game. The good ending doesn't count. Gratitude. Here's the fact. Turn to the main menu. All right, everyone, that's going to be I don't know if that's really going to I don't want to say this is going to be the end, but at the same point I don't know if I want to pick this up again. I kind of enjoy what I had there. I enjoyed what we got. That was hey, for a horror game, I found that actually fairly sweet. But that will be kind of hard to tell. And I'm trying to find somebody for you guys to raid out to. Twitch does not want to help operate. Game. 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 Alright, let's take you guys out. Oh, why don't we hit through Cheyenne? She's also doing some demonology. Should be fun. Alright, we'll be back probably for Tactical Tuesdays. I'm trying to finish up Dawn of War. And then after that, we'll be back Thursday with Pix and Kigu. I don't know. I think we're going to try to play Nightmare on Elm Street again. We'll see on that one. And Friday will be the much-awaited summer anime review. I hope to see you all there. We'll be joined with Yuki for that one. This is going to be Agent Q signing off.